Alright, there we go. 4 holes on the injector side, 3 holes on the other side. Should be plenty. I'm going to get the rails back in, make sure that I'm about centered on them, and I'm going to start welding. Video will start when I'm welding. Okay, just to explain some basic things real quick for people who don't know. This is your ground. Can't weld without your ground. If this was rusty, painted, or anything like that, you'd have to scratch the surface up, expose some bare metal, maybe hit it with a grinder, a wire brush or something like that, clean it off so you get good ground and you'll be able to make good contact. MIGs don't like to weld on dirty surfaces either. And a good habit when you have a MIG welder, every time you're done welding, turn your bottle off, your gas. This, what I'm running in this MIG, is 75% argon, 25% carbon dioxide. It's a pretty good mixture. If you don't turn your bottle off every time, sometimes the diaphragms and all this stuff will slowly leak, and you'll come out to use it one day, and your expensive ass bottle of gas is empty. Okay, that's one side. Now, if you look in here, those little things right there, that's glass. It's called slag, and that could be low spots where I had low penetration. If I sand these off, file them down, whatever I do, if there's any low spots, I'll go back and fill them up. Another thing you can do is look inside. Let's see here. Yeah, those are good welds. I can see them all. That first one I wasn't too sure about. I don't feel like I dug in very good. I'll check it out later, and if I need, I'll add another plug or something right by it. But just for the video's sake, I mean, there you go. That's stronger than a spot weld. And you can clean these welds up. You don't leave them bumpy like that. You can clean them up where they look flush just like the rest of the metal, you know, really flush, really pretty. I think that normalizing process, he would sand it down right now while it's hot and then add more to it. I'm not sure. I want to learn it though. But anyways, so I'll clean those up. I'm going to fill this side up, and we'll see how it all looks if I need to add anything anywhere. But there you go, there's a plug weld. 25 times stronger than anything else you can do with these things as far as spot welding goes. And these rails have now just become a part of this receiver. They're not just, you know, tacked on, and you ain't gonna break these off with no screwdriver ever. Okay, so this right here, if you could see, there's that side where I told you my hole was a little bit low and you could see the top of the rail, and I said what I was going to do is dig in and make sure that I don't burn up here too much, and I did exactly what I said. Now you can see a little bit of the weld coming through up here where the hole was a little high, but nothing's going to touch it right there. These things are solid. And then this other front one, I didn't think I had too much penetration, but looking through on the other side, you know, I think that's pretty solid. You know, and then I added that one right there on the claw, so this something bitch ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. It's exciting too because now the gun's becoming more of a gun. You can kind of see it coming together once you start getting things welded in. And if you've never built before, I'm telling you right now, it's always easier to rivet that trigger guard on before you do these rails. I've learned that the hard way a couple times. This build, I'm going to try something different. I had a friend suggest to me, I don't know if I said this already or not, but they do the center support rail before they heat treat. Well, I've never done that, and you know, I'm always looking for ways to get better and stuff. Now, he said that was the way he learned, and it was so when they heat treat, you know, everything doesn't warp. Well, hold on, I'll show you my heat treating tool. I made this bar for heat treating. It slides right in between the rail and there. And anyways, whenever I'm heat treating, it's supposed to keep things from warping on me, you know. That's what he claims that doing a center support first does. I've never done that. I made a tool to stop that. But you know, maybe both combined would do even better. I've never tried it, you know. And the thing about all this AK building is you don't know unless you try, and you don't know not to unless you screw something up. So all the don'ts you guys get to learn from me, it's because I screwed something up. Nobody taught me. I was self-taught, you know. And if somebody wants to throw me a bone, and you know, he didn't really have a good explanation other than that was how he was taught, but I'm gonna give it a try. It sounds like it makes sense. I don't know though. So I'm now gonna grind these down or file them. I haven't really decided what I feel like doing yet. And if there's any low spots, like I can already tell, looks like, let's see if I get this on here. Right here there might be a low spot. Maybe right here. So I might do another tack there. Maybe right here there's a low spot. So we'll see. Oh, and it looks like around the outside of this weld there might be a little low spot. I like to chase those and get everything flush again, looking proper. But pretty excited. See how easy plug welding is? So simple and super strong. And once it's all flushed in, it looks way cleaner than tacky ass, oaky ass spot welds. So I guess this can end my welding video, and maybe I'll begin the heat treating video or something in a little while. Okay, so instead of using a file or anything, like I said, you know, I got better tools. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use a die grinder and some compressed air. I couldn't imagine life without compressed air, really. It doesn't matter what kind of wheel you use. If you use a more coarse one, this guy's broken, or maybe something like this, whatever you use, if it's more coarse, you want to go more gently. If it's not as coarse, you can go a little bit harder. It's all about controlling your RPM, and you're just trying to blend in your welds. You're not trying to, you know, gouge anything. So I'll try this for a second with it filming. Oh, my air valves aren't open. I think I'll finish this wheel. I need to use something a little more coarse, so I'm going to set up again.